I'm Mr. James from Charm City Karate to talk to you guys a little bit about continuing education for martial artists. If you are in any educational field as a professional, or really in any professional field, you know that you have to continue to educate yourself. You got to stay active in the field, not just working in the field, but educating yourself. You got to learn and you got to get better. Why? Because nothing stays static. If you're a mechanic, you got to keep going and learning how to work on the new cars. You have to learn new techniques to work on the old cars. Somebody might have figured out a way to do an oil change 5 minutes quicker than the old way. And you think 5 minutes isn't a big deal. Unless you're doing 100 cars, and then that's 500 minutes. That's a lot of time that you're saving yourself. I don't even know what that comes out to in hours, but if you're talking $50 an hour, I bet you that's a lot of money. Okay? If you're in computers, you got to stay on top of it because computers change an extraordinary amount every 6 months. New viruses are coming out all the time, new programs coming out all the time. You got to stay on top. Education field, you got new books coming out all the time. You got new learning techniques, new teaching techniques. Things change all the time. But you get to martial arts, all of a sudden, oh no, my style is 1,000 years old. People think because they do karate, they don't need that stuff. You got to change the oil on that too. What I'm talking about is you get these people where you say, hey man, you should come in and do some karate. And they go, oh, I got my black belt. Oh yeah? When? 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Dude. A, if you haven't practiced martial art in 10 years, your black belt's gone. Okay? I'm not saying somebody should take it away from you. I'm saying you probably couldn't do any of the moves that you learned back then. You might not even be able to do them in your head anymore. You need to keep practicing and not just like walking down into your basement and doing a couple of moves on the heavy bag. Whew, man, I'm tired. That's enough for me. You gotta keep training, man. You gotta practice. Now look, if you did Choi Kwang Do back in 1910 and you got your black belt and you got a wife and a kid, so you stopped. 10 years later, you decide you want to do martial arts again. You don't have to go back to Choi Kwang Do. You can do Hop Duck Fu. But you need to keep training. Oh, I got my black belt is not an excuse to drop out. Okay? Now, some martial arts get to a point where they stagnate. They don't have anything new to offer you. Okay? I'm not going to point any fingers. I'm just saying, some of them stagnate. You get to black belt and they're like, well, that's all we got for you. We got one more form. That's it. Okay? Some schools will stagnate you because the instructor doesn't know anything else. Or that's as far as they can take you. Okay? That is not an excuse for you to stop. You must continue to train if you want to continue to be a martial artist. If you don't care, that's fine, but you can't continue to say, oh, I'm a black belt. A black belt that you earned in 1905 is not still a black belt. All right? You got a PhD 20 years ago and you did nothing with it ever since. It's not really a PhD anymore. You know what I mean? You got to stay active with it. Yeah. You know, you passed a bar exam, and you don't do anything with it for like 30 years. You gotta do something to recurrentivize it. You know what I mean? I know that's not a word, but you gotta stay current. You gotta update your stuff. You know? You can't just sleep on your skills and expect them to still be there. Skills that you don't use atrophy. If you don't work out, your muscles go away. You watch TV all day, your brain goes away. It's the same thing with martial arts. You don't go to the range and shoot your gun. You lose the ability to get on target quickly, to hit targets at long ranges accurately. You know what I'm saying? And personally, here's my thing. You spent a long time acquiring a great deal of skill. It takes you a lot less time to maintain that level of skill. Why would you let it go? Okay? You might have spent 5 days a week in the gym or in the dojo training, getting to that level. You know, maybe you're in there 2-3 hours a day, 3 days a week. You spent 9 hours a week in the dojo. Maybe you didn't, but you know, I'm giving you an example. Working your butt off. Now, 2 hours a week, or even an hour a week, might keep you up around there. All you got to do is maintain. Put the effort in. It doesn't take that much time. Don't kid yourself. Don't think, I got my black belt, I'll be able to defend myself. Put the time in, train, keep your skills up, okay? You deserve it. You put the time in. You're worth it, right? You bought yourself that big TV because you deserve it. You had that nice steak and you drank that nice beer because you deserve it. You deserve to train so that you can protect yourself. Your family deserves to be protected. Plus, karate's fun. All right, so change the oil on that thing. Keep practicing your martial arts. Don't just say, oh, I got my black belt. Work on it. I'm Mr. James from Charm City Karate. Have a great day.